Hello and welcome back to Monday Quilt Chat. Sorry about last Friday, just couldn't get the Friday video out. We decided not to take computers this time, and it's probably all for the good because our internet was terrible where we were camping, so it just probably wouldn't have worked out well for me to have tried to produce a video for you on Friday. So we'll either stick one in during the week here with some finishes, or we'll just wait till this coming Friday. I'm not sure. I have a lot of videos in the queue. I have some tutorial type videos. I have the cactus pot finishing that up, and I have well, the quilt show. I'll have to make one of all the video that I took of the quilt show. And today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the quilt show. I'm sure you're interested in hearing about how that went. I went to Paducah for Quilt Week. I only spent one day there though at the show, and I feel like I got to see pretty much everything and get around to everything I wanted to see and look at. And I went Friday, April the 27th, I think it was, and spent the day there. So it was a really good time. I went by myself, and Mark and Blue just stayed back at the campsite and enjoyed their time there. But honestly, that's the way I would prefer it. I would prefer just to go by myself. If I had some girlfriends that could go with me and it all worked out, yeah, that'd be fun too. But there's nothing like going by yourself. So here is the t-shirt that I got for the quilt show. They had some long-sleeved ones as well, and they had a couple of others there, but this one kind of was more the quilt show looking one. They had an orange one that I kind of liked it, but it didn't really represent a quilt show as well as this one did. And this has this kaleidoscope looking block on it as well, so I thought that was appropriate for the quilt show, as a memento. I got my next year's engagement calendar while I was there, so I'm gonna plan on continuing on with this next year. It's working out pretty good so far this year. So there's that. Some things that I bought while I was there. I didn't spend a whole lot of money, believe it or not. I just got what I absolutely really wanted that I haven't seen anywhere else lately to buy. And I was kind of mostly focused on patterns. Different kinds of patterns, and just something more original other than just the normal same ones we go after all the time. So this one is from Jill Lilly Studio, and the designer is Jill Finley. And this is a let's see, 53 by 53 square. She's calling it a table topper or a wall hanging. And I have some yellow and black fabrics that I got fairly recently. It was a 3-yard bundle, and I would like to use some of that for this. And that just kind of really sung to me when I saw it. It has a little bit of applique there in the center area. And I think I would enjoy making this small project. A little bit on the difficult side, but not too much. So I got that. And then I also got a panel that I've seen before, but I think is getting scarce. And it's a panel of the Great Smoky Mountains. It's one of those national park themed panels. They have them of all the national parks. So I picked that one up. Just happened to spot it, so I'll pick that up. And then also I got a book called Kaleidoscope Heaven, and this is using block lock rulers. And I also picked up a set of block lock rulers. That was a major purchase. That was $41 for these 2 little rulers. But these 2 rulers will make most of the patterns in this book. There's another one that's kind of a Dresden plate looking, and I think I might still need one more to do all the patterns in this book, but I should be able to do all the patterns in this book eventually with these and that other one. So yeah, I've been looking at this and I'm anxious to try some things with that. A little bit on the upper intermediate, I guess. So that was kind of a big purchase that I made. That was pretty much all I bought. Now I went to, if you saw on the Facebook group, I posted a little video about the Purple Pineapple ladies. It's a mother-daughter team, and I did a little interview with them. They're the ones that have the triangular pillow pattern, and got to interview them, and they also gave me a giveaway, and I will be having this giveaway on my Quilt Week or Quilt Show video coming up soon. And they have come out with something called That's a Wrap binding spool, and they gave me one that was glittery, and you all have seen these. It's what you wrap your binding on as you're waiting to do your quilt. And they gave me another one in a kind of a terracotta color. So I'll have 2 of those to give away. And they are, again, with purplepineapplestudio.com. If you want to go out there and see what this looks like in case you want to enter. And I just had a good time. It was a great time as usual. I would really like to go every year if I can. So we'll see. We'll see. It's just really nice to get an up-close look at all those quilts because, you know, you can see it in a magazine or even online. You know, you can see videos of them or pictures of them wherever, and it just doesn't do it justice. It's just like landscape pictures that you take. You can't really ever get a good landscape picture like a sunset or a sunrise or water or the beach or anything like that. You take a picture of it and you think you've got a really cool picture, and then you look at your picture and it's like, well, that doesn't really represent what I just saw with my own 2 eyes. So it's just really nice and inspiring to go to a quilt show, especially one that large, because you see all types of quilting, all sorts of ideas, all sorts of methods, all sorts of colors. There's just no end to it. It's like a sensory overload for those of us who love fabric and quilting. So if you get a chance to go, the one in Paducah is supposed to be like the original and the biggest and all of this, and that's where the Quilt Museum is, which I have yet to go to the Quilt Museum. Maybe next year. But pretty much these prize-winning quilts travel all over the United States. So if you have a quilt show near you or within a few hours that you don't mind driving, then take advantage of that if you can and go see. So yeah, it's really a captivating scene to see that many quilts in one place and the things that they do or think of doing. And I was talking to some of the ladies around me, and I always ask them, how do they pick, what are the criteria for a prize-winning quilt? Because all of these quilts should win a first prize in my book. They're all just really amazing, mind-blowing quilts. So I'll have a video up for you soon on all of that. I took lots and lots of video of lots and lots of quilts. So you will be able to see them, although it's not the same as being in person. You'll get a good look at what I saw. So this week on the channel, as I mentioned, I will be having a Wednesday video, and we'll double up on our Friday video at least, if not make a separate video, because I have plenty of submissions from you guys on things that you've finished. And I've got lots of other things I need to get out to you too. I have a haul video that I made, a Temu haul video. I made that before I left, so I can get that out to you. And I'm just going to have a really busy week. You know how it is when you go on vacation, you have to double up before, and then when you get back on the work just to get caught up. So that's what my week is going to be like. Last week I got some of my kaleidoscope blocks done. I got a whole nother row of 4 done. These are the 2 pieces that you need to get across your row. So I have 1 row done. I discovered I have a whole nother row of 4 of these to do. So I'm going to keep chugging along on that. I don't know if I'll get back to it again this week. But I am getting a little faster at it now that I've done it a lot. And, yeah. I'm getting there. So, let's see. I have not filled out my week this week, but I will do that after I talk to you. But I will show you the quilt for this week. It's called Lush. Pretty, isn't it? I love all those colors. And you know how blue and orange always complement each other, and they've thrown in some green. Very beautiful. There's an up close. It says, this design by Wing and a Prayer Design looked like it would be lovely in a multitude of fabrics, and that is exactly what was in Kathy's stash. That's Kathy Shire of Apple Valley, Minnesota. A lot of fabrics. The quilt was machine pieced, featuring several different blocks placed in symmetrical format. Kathy machine quilted hearts, swans, flowers, and lovebirds from her collection of quilting stencils. Look for this quilt as soon as guilds resume hosting quilt shows. I don't know what that means. Wing and a Prayer Design. There's some Dresden plates in there. Looks like maybe some paper piecing on some blocks. There's a lot of variety on there. I really like that. Very pretty. So there is that, and I'll need to get going for this week because there's lots to write down. I also met at Quilt Week. I met April Story. If you all know her, she's on YouTube. It's just her name, April Story, Story, and she's a really comical YouTuber with her quilting, and she does a lot of really simple quilts and big block quilts and wide border type stuff that comes together really quickly. So if you're not part of her channel, then you should look her up and subscribe. And she always shows her bloopers at the end of her videos, and she has some pretty hilarious bloopers. Let's see, what else did I see? I talked to the Legit Kit guys there for a little while. They were very, very busy. I couldn't really step away for an interview, but I spoke with one of the guys' wives that was helping them there, and she explained a lot of things about the Legit Kits, and the father, I think it is, there's the father, he's the one that, he wasn't there, but he's the one that actually makes up the patterns, and he does it rather rapidly. He can actually, I think she said the one for the block of the month that they have coming out is, here it is right here. Looks like this. This is just a brochure from their booth, but there's a block, this is the block of the month for Legit Kits. And he created that pattern and sewed one up in 80 hours. So and from the way she said it, it was kind of like he did it, like he worked 80 hours. I mean, of course, you know, you have to sleep, but, you know, that would have taken 2 weeks minimum probably to get that done. But that's a very short period of time for one of these kits. So he's kind of the mastermind behind all of it, and his sons are the ones that are out marketing them. And they have a new board that you can use. It's a clear, just like the size of the paper piece that you work with on the legit kit. It's the size of that. It's a plastic, like an acrylic board, and it has the border around it. So you know, it's an aid to get an accurate piecing on those quilts. So that was interesting to talk to her for a while about things. They didn't have the Camaro quilt there. I was hoping to see that. They didn't have it all made up yet. What else did I see or do while I was there? I didn't take any classes. Trying to think. I looked at some long arms. There's, you know, every long arm company was there, so I kind of played around with them a little bit. I didn't talk seriously with anyone about buying one or anything about my plans to buy one, but I did want to, you know, just kind of see what they were like, and, you know, what their salesmen were like, and what they wanted to talk about, and things like that. So there's a lot of long arm brands out there. I mean, you think Gamble, Handy Quilter, Janome, the one that makes the Lenny, whoever that is, AQS, I think, AQPS. I always get that wrong. But there were some other ones out there that I'd never heard of before. So I don't know. It's going to be an adventure to try to find out what I want. I have some ideas, but if you guys have any suggestions at all on buying a long arm, and regrets you've had, victories you've had, recommendations you have, please leave them in the comments of this video, because I would like to get as much input as I can until my head explodes and an answer comes out. So anyway, that was some more quilt show stuff. The library quilt, a friend gifted me a Holiday Hoopla book, and the Holiday Hoopla book is more about odd days of the year, you know, like picnic day, or library day, or whatever. Some of those odd days, and that's what the library quilt comes from. So I now have the pattern. I can get going on that. So I'm anxious to get going on that, because I'm kind of in the mood to start another project, of course, because I can't have more than one project going. I can't have less than 10 projects going at a time, right? So anyway, that's in hand. Now, I didn't bring it. It's down at the house. I didn't bring it up here with me. I would have showed it to you. So I'll be working on that. So I hope you guys are as busy as I am this week, because if you are, we're just going to have a really productive week and get out there and get some things done and get some things started. And I hope that your week is successful, and I hope that you all will be able to take a little time out to quilt this week. And I will see you guys through the week. You just never know what's going to pop up, but you know I'll have a Wednesday and a Friday video, but it's very likely you will see some other things, and I'll get that quilt show video out as soon as I possibly can. It's going to be very labor intensive on the editing, so don't be surprised if it doesn't come out this week, but I'm going to try my best. All right, have a great week, and we'll see you back here during the week. Bye.